What is microbiology? Micro means very small. They are too small to see with our eyes directly. We need to use a microscope to find and look at them. Bio means living things. They are including humans, animals, plants, and certainly some micro-living things. Logi means study. We are learning and study how the micro-living things reproduce, growing, and infecting humans, especially, some of them may cause serious illness. Microbiology is a science that studies the laws of life activities and the biological characteristics of various microorganisms. Microbiology is one of the branches of biology. It is mainly including bacteria, viruses, fungi, and others. It is a basic law to study the morphological structure, growth, and reproduction, physiological metabolism, genetic variation, and classification evolution of various microorganisms at the cellular, or group level. Medical microbiology mainly focuses on the presence and growth of microorganisms in the human body. Medical microbiology mainly studies the biological characteristics of pathogenic microorganisms related to medicine, the mechanism of infection and pathogenicity, basic theories of immunology, diagnostic techniques, and preventive measures to achieve the purpose of controlling and eliminating infectious diseases and microbial-related immune diseases and protecting human health. Microbiology applies it to science in many fields, like medicine, industrial fermentation, medical hygiene, and bioengineering. Biological products are widely used in people's lives. Most microorganisms are beneficial or harmless to humans, animals, plants, and only a few can cause diseases to humans, animals, and plants, such as typhoid fever, dysentery, measles, and polio in humans. Pathogenic microorganisms are called pathogenic microorganisms and are the main object of medical microbiology research. The purpose of studying medical microbiology is to understand the biological characteristics and pathogenicity of pathogenic microorganisms, like bacteria, viruses, and fungi, and to understand the immune function of the human body to pathogenic microorganisms. The relationship between infection and immunity, and their laws. To understand the laboratory diagnosis methods and prevention of infectious diseases in principle. What is bacteriology? Bacteriology is a branch of microbiology. Bacteria is the main microorganism to cause human illness. So sometimes people use bacteriology as the same as microbiology. The development of microbiology started with the invention of the microscope. In 1665, the Englishman Robert Hooke invented the microscope. He once cut a thin piece of cork from the bark and placed it under the microscope he invented. He observed plant cells, dead, and felt that they were shaped like single rooms where priests lived, so he used the term cell and single rooms to name plant cells cellula. It was the first time in history that cells were successfully observed. In 1673, the Dutchman Antony van Leeuwenhoek used his own improved microscope to observe real cells, along with recording the morphology of various microorganisms. He first observed and described single-celled organisms through a handmade microscope, which he called animal culls at the time. In addition, he is also the earliest scientist to observe blood flow in muscle fibers, bacteria, spermatozoa, and microvessels. (1798) British J.D. Edward Jenner is vaccinated with vaccinia for the prevention of smallpox. Jenner called his method vaccination. Vacca means cow in Latin. He then published a book on vaccination methods in 1798, an inquiry into the causes and effects of the variolae vaccine, a disease known by the name of cowpox, and for the first time, the word virus is used in the book. Jenner recognized the possible end result of vaccination. He hopes that one day smallpox will disappear on the earth. His dream finally succeeded with global efforts and cooperation. In 1980, smallpox disease finally disappeared on the earth. 1864 French Pasteur, Louis Pasteur, invented pasteurization, a sterilization method for short-time heat treatment at 60 to 65 degrees Celsius to kill harmful microorganisms, and applied it to various foods and beverages. 1867 The Englishman Joseph Lister was the first person to use phenol as a disinfectant for patient wounds, inventing a method to avoid infection during surgery. Since then, strict disinfection systems have been gradually established throughout the world. 1876 German Ferdinand Kohn, who started to study bacteria, was also the first person to try to classify various bacteria in a systematic way. Bacteria can be divided into different species according to their morphological and physiological characteristics. Bacterial spores are found, thereby promoting the development of disinfection technology. 1884 Danish Hans Christian Gram invented gram stain. Gram staining is a method used to identify bacteria. This staining method uses the bacteria on the cell wall. The biochemical properties are different, and the bacteria can be divided into two categories, namely gram-positive and gram-negative. Originally used to identify the relationship between pneumococcus and Klebsiella pneumonia, it was later promoted as one of the important characteristics to identify the type of bacteria. It is widely used in the clinical diagnosis and treatment of diseases caused by bacterial infections. 1925 Alexander Fleming discovered that the antibiotic penicillin was accidentally during the experiment. Penicillium can produce penicillin, and penicillin has the effect of killing other bacteria. This is the first time humans have antibiotics. After the 1940s, the research results of microbiology were used in medicine, industry, agriculture, and other aspects. In biological research, molecular biology, biochemistry, cytology, genetics, and other disciplines also often use microorganisms as research materials. In the area of preventive medicine, the World Health Organization announced on October 26, 1979, that smallpox had been eliminated worldwide. Welcome to the Medical Learning channel. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell. I will make more and more medical learning videos. Thanks for watching it.